Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Popcorn and Coffee Table Talk. I'm your host, Jesse. Again, as always, Jay over here on my right. Colin on the booth. How you doing?
Doing all right. Still alive.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. We had to take a couple weeks off, unfortunately. Probably should have put something out. Oh, well. Here we are.
But you're in a new house.
I had to get a new house. Yes. So that's
Did you tell the people what happened to your old one?
It burned to the... No, it didn't.
It walked away. Like just...
We're like, my house. No, we moved, so there was some delays in the process here, but it's not that big a deal, and we're back. Luckily, absolutely nothing happened in the last 2 weeks, according to movie
Still nothing's
or entertainment.
happening.
A lot's happened, but it's irrelevant stuff.
Except, I mean, yeah. A few things come out, a few trailers, some...
Okay.
Some...
Something big did happen while we were gone, but D23 happened while we were gone.
Yes, yeah. That sucks. We missed that.
We missed that. That's all right. Literally everybody and their brother's mother was talking about it, so you already know. The only thing we cared about was the Fantastic Four stuff, and they didn't even bring that up. So,
Yep. Big news, though. So, Tom Hardy secretly entered a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu competition and won gold just days after they buried the queen in the ground.
Oh, gosh.
So, I mean, that's...
He's busy.
Yeah.
He's busy. Gold, is that good? I don't know if that's
Gold's
good.
the highest medal you can get in
I guess.
Olympic Games, so yeah.
There's got to be something above that in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
It's crazy. A lot of people are into it. Vodi Bakum does it.
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu?
Yeah. He enters tournaments and stuff. Or used to before his heart. So.
I was going to say, probably not anymore. Yeah. But I watched that Jon Bernthal does a podcast, a YouTube channel, whatever you want to call it, where he interviews people. And he interviewed Shia Lebouf. And Shia Lebouf's real big into that kind of stuff. And he knew that Tom Hardy was. So I had already known, not that specific one, but that he was into it. So that's cool. Is that a goose?
Yeah, there's a couple of geese going by.
I will be honest. The things that I thought I would hear, like podcasting in your basement, in your kind of the area that you live, the things like that, I was just don't hear any of those things. Dogs barking, none of that. But we have heard some weird stuff since we've been podcasting here. Geese.
Yeah, we had geese. We had the water heater sound like it was going to blow up.
Yep.
Random footsteps and noises through the house.
Doors knocking.
No one's here.
And that door was shut and it was knocking like it was open.
Yeah.
Like slamming, but it wasn't.
It's something.
It's a hard knock life.
It is a haunted place, though.
So, but geese, we're going to add that to the list.
Okay. What else?
Back to some oldies but goodies. Ezra Miller's back in the...
My guy.
This is post-apology, okay? Warner Brothers, they finally had to... they finally were able to breathe a sigh of relief because he came out and he apologized for everything, and then, bam, just right back at it with the craziness.
Well, I mean, in his defense...
Okay, that's the stance you want to take.
Him and Susan Sarandon are pretty close, and she didn't invite him to her dinner party. Or, I'm sorry, she didn't invite to her dinner party.
Okay, so Susan Sarandon threw a party and didn't invite Ezra Miller.
Yes.
And the Legion in his mind.
Yes. So he wants her to pay tribute to their altar.
To his altar.
Their altar. Get it right.
What does that even mean?
They, them, their...
He's done so many drugs. He has no idea what he's thinking.
He is a moron.
I feel really bad for Susan Sarandon.
Yeah, get caught in something like that, especially an altar. Who has an altar?
He's probably got a couple altars.
To himself?
Yeah, I'm sure.
To them.
To their self. I think you know what I think? I think we need to get Sigourney Weaver on the show to talk about this and see what her thoughts are.
She might know about an altar too.
Probably. Wow, that's funny. So, Ezra, seek help. We're praying for you, bud, but man, that's craziness. That is insane. That's insane, and so is everything going on with Don't You Worry, Darling. I've read a few things, and Olivia Wilde is... We've already talked about this. She's insane.
Yeah.
And she was with Jason Sudeikis.
Oh, was she? Okay.
We've talked about this before.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Because she was married to Jason Sudeikis, and they have kids.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And then Don't You Worry Darling started filming, and she started having an affair with Harry Styles. That's what happened.
I thought she's been dating Harry Styles for a while. I thought.
No, the whole thing started with. Okay, maybe their relationship went back a ways, but came about because of it all came to light. I am not even. Do you look at the news? This is what happened. This is why Florence Pugh doesn't want to participate in anything, because she saw the relationship that Olivia and Harry had while she was married to Jason Sudeikis.
Oh, well.
This movie's full of drama, and the heart of the drama is all Olivia Wilde and her crazy feminist self. That being said, it's doing fairly well. Got a B- cinema score, and it's made $21 million at the box office so far. So there must be something there.
I would say Don't Worry, Darling.
The funniest thing that's come out of all of this movie, though, is the interviews with Harry Styles and Chris Pine. And Chris Pine's just silly faces that he makes.
Because wasn't it 2 weeks ago? Or was it a couple weeks ago? It was after.
It was after what?
I'm sorry, I glitched there. It was after our last episode. I'm pretty sure Harry Styles spit on Chris Pine at some screening.
Yeah, there was some controversy about him spitting on Chris Pine, and then Chris Pine getting like some evil look at him or something like that.
I've seen some other interviews. Plus, you add on top of it, like Chris Pine, the way he dresses is really kind of silly and funny, and he wears like real short pants sometimes.
Yeah.
A lot of ankle action going on.
He's got nice ankles.
But yet he's got a really weird haircut that's just like, I'm not getting it. And then he's getting spit on and making faces, and just, we're sorry, Chris. Pick better movie roles, maybe.
I mean, it's because Harry can't be him, so.
That is funny. Whew.
Wow.
Antics of the... Whatever. I did see that Olivia Wilde came out and said that... So Chris Pine's the villain character.
Villainous?
Antagonist.
Okay.
The villainous character.
Okay.
And she said that... Because she wrote the story as well.
Yeah.
Framed it after Jordan Peterson.
Oh. Okay. That's nice. I don't think Jordan Peterson cares.
I don't think he does either.
Yeah,
He's pretty... You're not hardcore unless you live hardcore.
Yeah.
And even though I may not agree with everything that he says, he lives pretty hardcore. For a Canadian.
James Earl Jones signs over Darth Vader's voice rights, retiring from Star Wars. What are your thoughts?
End of an era. I'm kind of happy that he did that instead of just like dying, and then we're like, oh, he's never gonna get to do this role ever again.
I didn't know he owned the rights to the Vader voice.
That's awesome.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And it makes sense since it's his voice.
Yeah.
And that's what made the role.
Yeah.
Same thing with Mufasa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
So, hey, go rest easy. Because he knows they're not going to stop asking him to do it now.
Well, yeah. And with all the voice technology they have today, they can get it similar. Just they can auto or manufacture themselves.
No. There's no animatronics here. So, but it does suck because end of an era stuff still for us.
Yeah. 100%.
That's unfortunate. I did see the trailer for M. Night Shyamalan's new movie, which you watched Old. No. Did you watch Old?
Mm-mm.
It was just okay. So again, stinker after stinker at this point for M. Night.
I saw the trailer for it, and
Yeah.
it just didn't look like one I was going to like.
It had some interesting elements in it way back when it came out years ago now, but whatever. He's done some Apple TV stuff. Haven't seen that. He's got a show I think that people are liking. But
Yeah.
I saw the trailer for his, I believe it's called Knock at the Cabin, which is about a homosexual couple that take their daughter, homosexual couple that take their daughter to this cabin in the woods, and Dave Bautista shows up with a cohort of
It's got
people in it.
What's his name from Harry Potter, the redheaded boy?
Oh, does it really?
Yeah, he's in it. He was
in-
standing right next to him when they were in the cabin.
You watched the? You watched
Yeah, I
the
watched the trailer.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
I don't know who the other two are, but yeah.
I didn't pay that close of attention to it. But it's Dave Bautista with glasses, so that's a completely different character than Dave Bautista without glasses. He only has the two, depending on what movie it is.
I wasn't aware of his dual personality.
Yes, if he's wearing glasses, he's trying to play like, I am intelligent. If he takes the glasses off, he's just Drax the Destroyer in whatever he's in. But he's in this, and so it's pretty much just like right-wing extremists who want to kill this homosexual couple because the apocalypse is coming.
Oh, is that what they are? They never really said. I've assumed they were part of a cult because they have to do this.
Well, it's got to be a right-wing cult.
Probably. I mean, they're living in the woods, so they probably got guns.
And they tied the two homosexual men to chairs in the trailer. It's just like, okay, they're gonna kill these guys because they're gay.
I think they have to. I think they said they're gonna have to make a decision. So I'm thinking they're gonna have to the homosexual guys are gonna have to sacrifice one of each other or their daughter to stop the apocalypse.
Regardless,
that just sounds ridiculous.
Regardless, I don't care.
yeah, it's unfortunate. I like M. Night. I like a lot of his movies, but it's just like, okay, this is just a political movie. This is nothing to. This isn't cinema, unfortunately.
Seems like he's massively fallen off.
Oh, hardcore.
To where it's like, he used to be a name that's like, oh, I'm going to watch that movie, he's doing it.
Absolutely.
Now it's like, I'm probably going to avoid it because he's doing it.
I mean, the only thing that I'll give him is the fact that he pretty much funds everything himself. You know, he'll get studios attached, but if it's a project he wants to do, he pays for it, writes it, directs it, makes it. It comes and it goes. And at this point, they pretty much just get forgotten. Once they've been released, they just fall into a catalog somewhere, and then nobody ever thinks about them again. But
he's probably still making money off of them, though. And
he wouldn't be making them if he didn't. Right. So yeah. But it's probably the huge Shyamalan fans that's doing it more than anybody, going in, promoting them, and watching them. So there's that. For what it is. It just that reminds me of the whole She-Hulk discussion, and we might as well just talk about it here now.
Yeah.
Because it kind of goes along the same lines. So many people talking about She-Hulk. You either love it or you hate it. Truly. And you love it or hate it because of the wokeness, not because of the story. So many people are talking about it. I haven't finished it yet, to be honest.
Yeah.
Haven't watched the last 2 episodes for me, but because it's done now, right? They're all out.
Thursday, I think, was its last episode.
That's what I thought. But everybody that I hear talk about it, they don't talk about the story. They don't talk about the characters. They just talk about, well, I think it's great. And if you hate it, it's because you hate wokeness, implying that I love it because of its wokeness. And then the other side of the aisle is, I think it's dumb because I hate wokeness. And if you like it, it's only because... So that's all everyone is talking about. And I think that's all the show wanted to talk about. But where I'm sitting at, I'm like, it is boring. It's a courtroom drama without any courtroom drama. It's an action show without any action. It's devoid of any real characterization. So it's just not a good...
And I'm assuming you don't even see Daredevil until the last episode. I haven't watched it yet.
We called that a long time ago. So you put that in the trailer just to bait and switch us, to hook us to the show, because you knew that the reason we were there was for Daredevil to begin with. It's all a ruse. It's all just an empty void. And then, yes, you add on top of it for people like us. Now you're forcing me to watch this. You're not forcing me because I'm choosing to watch it, but now I have to sit through the woke stuff as well, which you and I both know that if that were in there, but it would be good. I'm the type of person, and I'm not saying everybody has to, especially every Christian, I can overlook some of those things if the show is intriguing and if there's elements that I do enjoy. But now I don't have the intriguing stuff, and all you're doing is giving me like, here, just eat this, and it's just like a bowl of fat. And you're just like, yeah, eat it. But it's not really healthy for me, and there's nothing there that I do enjoy.
Yeah, the story itself is just not even there.
Yeah.
I don't know if there was anything in it I liked.
There was a lot that I wanted to like.
Even the Abomination stuff they gave you a taste of it, and then they took it away.
I know. I know. So, shame.
Do better, Disney.
Do better. Yeah. That's asking a lot. You watched Pinocchio, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. It was good.
No.
I enjoyed it.
Never mind.
They did better.
Not fantastic.
I didn't watch
but it was good. I did.
It's weird that we're giving Tom Hanks all these roles. Why are we giving Tom Hanks all these roles?
Because he played Walt Disney and that.
That's probably true.
And so now they're going to let him take them all.
So he went and did a whole bunch of prosthetics and a voice, excuse me, in the Elvis movie.
Mm-hmm.
And now they let him come do another accent and voice. And just like, just because he's Tom Hanks doesn't mean we have to give him everything. You liked him in the role?
Yeah, no, I thought he did fine. There were some points in there where I thought he was going to get his Tom Hanks laugh and like his voice was going to, like his Tom Hanks voice. He actually did pretty good. Like it didn't come across that way. Like, you know how he gets that. I don't even know how to explain it.
No, I know what you're talking about. It's the Woody.
Yeah.
The Woody laugh.
Yeah, and it like didn't at all. So I was like shocked. But
okay.
Yeah, it was good.
So you would say it's more like a Lady and the Tramp?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which I did enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
There was a scene. I'm not gonna say it on here. I don't want to spoil it. So.
It's been out for a while.
Okay. There was a scene where the scene where the fox is like trying to get Pinocchio to come with him.
So is it an actual CGI fox?
Yes.
Or is it a guy in a suit?
It's a CGI fox.
Oh, okay.
I'm
so
pretty
it looks
sure.
like a fox.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the fox is trying to get him to come to be a star and stuff, and he's like throwing out all these stage names, and the one he says is Chris Pine.
Why?
Jeez.
Is he the voice of the fox?
No. But because Pinocchio's made of pine, so he goes, you can call it Chris Pine.
Oh, I see. Who's the voice of the fox?
Jordan Peele. No, or Keegan.
Keegan-Michael Key.
Yeah. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That works. That tracks.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt's the voice of Jiminy Cricket. Sounds nothing like him.
Like the cricket?
Yeah, he sounds nothing like Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Oh, I see. That cricket looked weird, though.
It is kind of odd. A lot of the CGI in it was kind of like, oh, okay. Some of it was very bad.
While we're on Pinocchio, though, I did see a clip. I saw like a behind-the-scenes thing of the Guillermo del Toro Pinocchio. Did you see that?
I didn't watch it, but I saw the thing pop up.
Yeah. Because it's stop motion.
Is it really?
Yeah. So it's the whole behind the scenes was just a sped up version showing you the process of like, okay, well, there's a guy and he'll run out there and he'll set up the things. Then they run over to the camera, they film it, and then he goes out there and he sets up the things. And that's such a grueling process to do stop motion animation. I love it though. It's great. And the fact that we have such good CGI and computer animation right now, and people are still choosing to go that route, I think is so cool.
It's almost like a throwback classic to the Wallace and Gromit stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah.
Fun.
What else was there?
We should make a Pinocchio movie, I'm just saying. It's a public domain property. Anybody can do it.
Like Pinocchio becomes a murderer, or he lives in the modern world. It's not like set back in that time.
Yeah, but what could he be and not be like a wooden doll? Like he's made out of something else.
Carbon fiber.
He's a 3D printed.
Ooh.
3D printed Pinocchio.
And we know somebody with a 3D printer, so.
Oh, there's a. I'm not even gonna bring it up. You could make that movie super woke.
Yeah.
And just make it about like he's a real boy, but he wants to be a real girl. Ugh.
I won't make that movie.
I mean, I'm not gonna make that movie.
Don't speak that into existence.
I'm sorry. We're gonna get that Pinocchio movie, but it's gonna be called Keith. I'm sorry.
Mario movie starring Chris Pratt trailer is supposed to premiere, what, October 6th?
I think so. I think so. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm excited. It's another one of those cartoons that are coming out and they're making a live action about it, so.
But I think this is animation.
Oh, is it?
Is it animated?
I think it's animated.
Oh, well then.
So he's voicing Mario.
Oh, well then I don't care.
That's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah.
I was thinking, who in the world is asking for a live-action Mario movie after the last Abomination from, what, the 80s?
Yes. Early 90s, maybe?
Early 90s?
Yeah.
It's like that Ninja Turtles era.
Who was in that?
Leguizamo?
John Leguizamo was in there for sure. Oh, man.
Who that one was.
I could see a live action. I mean, we did a live action Sonic movie. We got better. I think they could do better with it now.
I finally watched the Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We watched that. It was fine.
Yeah.
It was fun. I think the first one was better.
Yeah.
But I would say, personally, those are probably the two better, if not best, video game adaptations.
Mm-hmm.
To have a full story and to look the way that they do,
Yeah.
they're really, really good.
Yeah, because it really doesn't draw on the games much more than the characters.
The first one didn't as much. The second one definitely does.
It pulls out of, like, the history of
Oh,
it.
yeah. Yeah, the history of the games and, like, especially with Jim Carrey's, what's that character? Robotnik. There's a lot of Robotnik stuff. And there's a few scenes where even Vera was like, that kind of looks like the game. Like, they changed the CGI in the movie and it looks like the game.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of gave it the, like, 8-bit look.
So some of the underlying threads are definitely there. There wasn't a whole lot of storytelling in the originals, though. So there's a lot of wiggle room, but, like, Tails is in the sequel and all kinds of stuff.
I like when they get the giant robot working and stuff, and he goes, I told you to read the manual. And he holds up an old Sega Genesis manual. Yeah,
so I like those a lot.
Yeah.
It's fun. And James Marsden, that is like a niche thing that he's just phenomenal at doing.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
kids comedy, but adult humor, but it's not like crude adult humor. It's kind of intelligent adult humor, but he's also willing to fall and, you know, do a little slapstick in there as well, just for the sake of the joke. I think he's great.
I think we get James Marsden to come play in the Mario movie, and then he has to help Mario. Mario comes out of the video game or something. Kind of like a reverse Jumanji.
I was gonna say, yeah, those are different.
He has to help Mario find a job as a plumber, and
But is it Chris Pratt?
yeah,
Sure.
yeah.
I can't see Chris Pratt playing Mario with an Italian accent.
Nah.
That's fine. Whatever.
Who was Bowser? I saw the other day. There was I saw some pictures of like Bowser and
Is that the dinosaur thing?
Donkey Kong.
Turtle?
Jack Black's Donkey Kong, I think.
Really? That'll be good.
Or he's Bowser. He's one of those two.
I feel like he'd play Bowser better.
Yeah.
Which one's Bowser?
He's
the spiky turtle shell.
Okay, that's what I thought.
The main villain.
That's what I thought. Who's Princess Peach?
Oh, I don't know.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
Oh.
Probably. Oh gosh, there's gonna be zero chemistry then.
She's a redhead. That can't happen.
Her voice doesn't have red hair.
It doesn't matter. We know.
We were watching Jurassic World with the older kids. And
The Minion? Or...
Yeah.
Oh.
And even Connor was sitting there like, so he can barely outrun the Velociraptor on the motorcycle, but she was outrunning the Velociraptor on foot? And I said, exactly, Connor. Exactly.
That movie is atrocious. I watched it last week, and
it
was terrible.
So even my 10-year-old was like, yeah, this doesn't check out.
That's when you know it's bad, when a kid's calling out stuff that's just plainly obvious.
They didn't put the thought into it at all.
The writing was bad. Like, the dialogue was terrible.
I don't know how it got past.
I don't either.
You know? How a studio's like, yeah, we like this. This is good.
It was some of the worst dialogue I've seen written.
Like Twilight bad or?
Yes.
Yes.
It was probably
worse than Twilight.
one of the worst movies of the
Yikes.
last 5 years. Probably top 3. One of the top 3 in the last 5 years.
Jeez.
Just in all the way around, just bad movie.
Yeah.
Just makes it all the more obvious it was a cash grab and nothing else.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
What is this last note you have?
Oh, so I saw Andor released this week. I haven't watched any of it yet, so I don't have any comments on it. Apparently, they were saying, like, people have been raving about the flashback scenes in it. Like, they did the flashback scenes, like, perfect or right or something.
Really?
Yeah. Again, I haven't watched any of it yet, so I have nothing to say, but I'll probably watch it this week. And
Yeah, I'll watch it too.
Give
Let's
my
try to
thoughts
watch
on,
it
yeah.
and get some thoughts on it.
yeah.
You have my Disney Plus access?
I haven't gotten any logins.
I'll text it to you later.
But,
No,
Yeah.
I won't.
yes.
For all of those watching, no.
No.
Yeah.
I'm excited because one of the things that I had read, whether it's true or not, I'm not 100% sure, but most of it they film on, what's it called? The giant screen they did.
IMAX?
No. So instead of using like a green screen, they have just giant TVs. What is that called? Disney has it. Then it's got a specific name. So even when you and I are acting and they're projecting the Sahara onto it. Mm-hmm. So we're acting against the Sahara. It's called it starts with the V. The void, the I can't remember. But they didn't do that with this show. They actually did it on location.
Oh, really?
So they went out and actually did it in like the olden days where you went to Ireland and actually filmed something, you know what I mean? So instead of using the screens like that's what they use for everything now. They rarely use CGI. Disney Plus, they use whatever it's called. I can't remember. I feel like an idiot for not knowing. It makes it better. It's better than green screen because the actors have something that they can use and reference and act
it's
against.
Pretty much putting what they would green screen in behind them so they can work with it.
Pre-production, you're seeing a lot of that, and then they touch it up in post, but which we can credit Jon Favreau for because he started that with The Lion King, and now everybody uses it for Disney. So
Yeah. That's cool. I wish places would just get back to just doing as much on location.
Just go back to the old
Because
days.
I started watching I watched the first episode of that Ring of Power the other day.
yeah.
And it's bad. Like the CGI
Well, that
is over. Like The Hobbit. Remember how bad The Hobbit was with CGI? Like this is like 10 times worse. It's pretty bad.
Huh.
And that's with almost Hobbit level budget too, right?
Yeah.
More than the Hobbit?
More. It's got each episode was like, it's the highest. Its budget was higher than any other show ever made. $600 million plus, something insane.
Jeez.
Which is crazy because you gotta think with the original trilogy, Lord of the Rings trilogy, they actually flew to New Zealand, had to set up their.
I'm sure I think some of this was filmed in New Zealand.
Maybe it was, but the CGI stuff they used is
It's still bad.
yeah. And it's just slow and boring and
A lot of elf stuff.
yeah.
Elves are boring. They just are.
They're almost always tied to politics, which is even more boring.
Exactly. And it's a lot of council room meetings and then like just glowing. You have to marry an elf because you're an elf. Elves are so racist.
Super racist species.
Where the dwarves are just like, they love to party and they just love, they're just like, yeah, we like everybody. Let's just get together.
Well, they're greedy though. They don't like to
That's
give their
true.
gold up.
That's true.
Who does?
Who does?
So you're telling me you relate to the elf or the dwarfs?
Yeah.
Yeah. The miners.
See, I'm definitely more a hobbit myself. Like I would love the Shire. It's just quiet, peaceful, nothing going on. You lay around all day, eat
Yeah,
food.
they're very ignorant though.
That's ignorant is bliss.
And it is bliss for them, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I mean, Middle Earth really got destroyed without them. So
What are we talking about?
So their problem's pride.
I did watch. Speaking of Middle Earth and Middle Earth problems, I watched Elijah Wood's Hot Ones.
Okay.
I'm so happy that he doesn't get tired of people talking to him about Lord of the Rings.
That's the only good thing he's ever done.
I mean, he's been in. Okay,
Flipper.
What was it?
Flipper.
Flipper. Definitely did Flipper. But he's been in a lot of things that were well acclaimed, even if we didn't. Remember that FX show Willard he did?
Wilfred? Willard is the
Rat Man.
Yeah.
Wilfred, that's
Yeah,
what it was.
I remember that FX show is bad.
A lot of people liked it,
Oh,
though.
it's hilarious, but it's bad.
Oh.
Yeah, I actually think I showed it to you.
Just like dirty humor bad.
Yeah, it's just like...
That's the one when there was like a guy in a dog costume and it was his dog, but...
It was his neighbor's dog, and he sees the neighbor... He sees the dog as just a dude in a dog outfit,
But it's
an actual dog. So, like, he's doing stuff, and he's talking to this dog.
That's clever, though.
Yeah, that's a wild one.
I never watched it.
Weird.
Yeah.
He's really into horror movies, though.
Yeah.
That's what he was saying on there. Whatever.
Has he done many?
Horror movies? Low budget stuff. Low
Just
budget.
real low budget.
Yeah. Stuff where even he was admitting on the show, he's like, yeah, this isn't good.
No.
But I like it, you know?
Stuff he enjoys doing.
Yeah.
He's not out there trying to win every award.
No. He to me, he falls into that kind of like a Macaulay Culkin territory where you're just like, I'd rather be left alone more than I'd prefer anything else. But if you're going to bother me, then I'm okay with it. Like, they're very easygoing still, but they're also like real quirky and weird.
Well, I mean, they both look like they're strung out on drugs.
Macaulay Culkin's into some really weird stuff.
He's like the real life goblin.
He is like 6'7", though.
Yeah.
He's 6'7".
He's huge. He's tall. Tall and lanky.
He should play Slender Man.
He should. He probably wouldn't, though, because it kind of seems like he's... Personality-wise, he's anti that kind of stuff.
Oh, really? No.
Like, he seems like a very nice person.
Oh, I'm sure he is.
But he's just also into, like,
I mean, but being
weird underground wrestling and stuff.
That's what happens when your parents leave you at home.
Yeah, they didn't leave him at home. They left him in Neverland.
Oh gosh.
That's worse, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we started watching that TV show on Hulu, The Patient, with
the Steve Carell one.
the Steve Carell and I forget his name.
What's he in?
He plays in Peter Rabbit, and he plays General Hux in the Star Wars Star Wars trilogy.
British.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Anyways, really interesting show.
Really?
I don't know if it's great, but it's definitely intriguing. It's kind of cool.
I like Steve Carell.
There's like 5 episodes. They're releasing them once a week, so
What's it on Hulu?
it's on Hulu.
Oh.
Yeah, I check it out.
That's cool.
Yeah, so the guy, he plays a patient of Steve Carell's, and then he kidnaps Steve Carell, chains him in his basement, and finds out he's a serial killer, and he's going to Steve Carell to try to get help for his impulse of wanting to kill people. So it's like...
Oh, but he kidnapped him.
He kidnapped him so that way he'd feel more comfortable doing his sessions in the house.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so he would...
Well, yeah, so then he wouldn't get reported.
Yeah. So...
Oh, that's interesting. And terrifying.
Yeah. And then watched Top Gun Maverick last night. Just like... It was so good.
Yeah.
It was really good.
All the accolades and the money it's made, and I'm sure it's going to win a few awards. It's deserving of all of it.
Yeah.
It is. The stuff they did with Val Kilmer was so heartfelt and touching. It was so good because he's got throat cancer and he's like real bad off. I didn't think he was going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
Because they did this thing where they like included him and Tom Cruise are texting back and forth. And I was like, even that in and of itself was really nice.
Yeah.
But then he actually goes and sees him. And you're just like, like you didn't care about the image. You didn't care about none of that. You're just like, no, he's supposed to be here. You know, they wrote in his throat cancer into the story so it wasn't weird. It's just like,
That's a good way to do it.
It was so well
Especially
done.
given the time gap, you could basically write whatever you want.
You could have wrote him out if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why this movie is so successful, because that heart is across the entire movie.
Yeah.
The Miles Teller stuff is so good. That's one I would recommend watching on your new TV. And to me, did you watch the original?
No.
Okay. The original, to me, is not very good. It's very boring. It's very one note. There's not much there. Made in the 80s. A lot of people loved it in the 80s. It did well for the generation, but at the time. But a movie like that, with those sort of plots, most of it taking place in airplanes, things like that, fighter pilots, it needed the effects that 2020 could offer.
Yeah.
For it to emotionally hit on all of the levels. Not to say that what they did then was bad, because for the time it wasn't.
Right.
But that doesn't hold up. That's why, to me, I was just like, okay, I get it, but it's also not still work. It doesn't still work. This one will hold up for much, much longer, I think. Again, I don't want to throw shade on that one, because the people who like it, and that's fine. But yeah.
Yeah. What about you? Anything else?
What'd you think of Jennifer Connelly in it, though?
Yours is right.
It was just okay.
Yeah.
That was the weakest element of the whole thing. But he had to have the love interest still. That guy's almost 60. Tom Cruise. Whatever you're doing, keep it up.
Botox.
Think so?
That's a Scientology thing. I don't know.
Oh, it's Scientology talks.
Some sort of sacrifices.
Don't keep it up.
Him and Haley Atwell are dating now, right?
No,
I
probably.
think they were a thing because the new Mission Impossible movie. So now there's a couple. Let me tell you.
She kind of looks like Katie Holmes, though, when you really think about it.
What? No. You don't know who Haley Atwell is? Oh.
No, I'm trying to put the image of both of them side by side. I can't picture them both. I know who she is.
Yeah.
They're both brunettes. I'm just saying.
No, they look nothing alike.
I don't care.
Did you see the Sherlock Holmes 2 trailer? I know we're talking about
Sherlock Holmes? You mean Enola Holmes?
Enola Holmes.
Yes,
yeah.
I saw
I
it.
know you watched it.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw most of it. It looks fine. Yes, I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, it's got Millie Bobby Brown in it. Of course you're going to watch it. You love her.
Wow. She has done nothing good since Stranger Things. I tell you this. But yeah, I'll watch it. Hopefully Henry Cavill comes back, and because he played Sherlock Holmes in that.
I'm going to get you a shirt that says I love Millie Bobby Brown. And you're going to wear it on set.
I'll wear it backwards. She's not good. She's so not good. I just spaced for a second.
Yeah.
Godzilla vs. Kong. Godzilla King of the Monsters.
She was in those? I don't know.
Yes, she was in them.
See, you are a fan because I didn't even watch those. So
Anyways,
you've seen more of her movies than I have.
What else have you been watching?
Not a whole lot. Just trying to trudge our way through Justified with Timothy Olyphant. It's not that great.
Oh,
I don't get it.
It's
okay. It's just not. I don't know.
Once I get internet at my house, we'll probably start to work our way through Yellowstone. Most likely.
Ooh. When you do, let me know. We'll start at the same time and we can just go through and I'll restart it over. Because season 5 comes out in November.
Oh.
So.
But I want to watch some more movies too. I watched a movie last night, Vera and I. Again, we don't have internet, so she just went to the dollar store. And I don't have any DVDs anymore. I got rid of all of our DVDs when streaming became a thing. I'm like, I get it. I used to have a collection of like 600, and I'm like, yeah, but it's taking up room. And DVDs are heavy. If you got a bunch together, it's like a tote full of books is heavy. But so I got rid of them all. And then we get to the house and we don't have any internet. So she just goes to the dollar store and just bought some movies. But yet she bought... So you got the ones that are just in like
the
film paper. Yeah. And she bought Shutter Island. And I'm like, okay, Shutter Island's good. That's fine. You know, Martin Scorsese. And then she bought this other one. And it was a 4-pack of Hugh Grant movies. What? So it had the one he did with Drew Barrymore. Music with Lyrics. Something like that is what it was called. He did one with Sandra Bullock called 2 Weeks Later. He did one with Alan Rickman. I don't remember what that one was called. That was pretty old. They were both younger. And then he did one with James Caan, who just recently passed away. R.I.P. And it was called Mickey Blue Eyes. just bottom of the barrel. Like, I kept asking her, why did you buy this?
You know, I have your... Oh, go ahead.
So we watched Mickey Blue Eyes last night. And it was actually really funny. It was really good. James Caan plays the Italian who's in with, like, this mobster. And it was the mobster... The head mobster was Paulie from the Rocky movies.
Oh.
I don't know what his name is.
Yeah.
But he was pretty old at this point in these movies. And Hugh Grant gets mixed up with all these Italian mobsters. It was pretty cheesy. It was funny.
I have your DVD, The Perfect Getaway, and it's got all those like horror movies in it still at my house.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, The Perfect Getaway. That's a good movie.
It's got that. Got the last house at the end of the street or something like that.
Is that the one with Jennifer Lawrence?
Yeah.
Oh, that one's not good.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was okay. I like Jennifer Lawrence though, so she's...
Oh my goodness. And he gives me crap about Millie Bobby Brown, who I don't say is a good actor. Jennifer Lawrence...
But yeah, you watch all of her movies.
Name one good Jennifer Lawrence movie. Not that one.
Silver Linings Playbook.
Okay, I'll give you that one. What else you got?
You just said one.
Okay. I'm glad you didn't go with the Hunger Games movie.
No, I don't like those movies.
I like the Hunger Games movies.
Only
What are we doing? Colin,
Just opposites here.
what are you doing? You say you like her and you name one movie, and then I name four, and you're like, I don't like those.
Well, I don't like the Hunger Games movies. It's not because of her. I thought they were poorly written.
So you like Mother?
I didn't watch that one.
You like Hustle?
I didn't watch that one.
You liked The Passengers?
I did like Passengers, actually.
The X-Men movies?
They're alright. I like the second one. What was it? Where they go back in time to the...
Days of Future Past?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you fall on the Jennifer Lawrence talk? We are rambling. People don't want to hear this.
Yeah,
For me, I don't care either way. She's not my favorite. I don't hate her. She's just there. If she's in a movie, it's not going to make me be like, okay, this is going to be a bad movie. But at the same time, if she's coming out with a new one, I'm not going to watch it solely because she's in it.
That's very true.
Well, I get that. I mean, being a huge Jessica Alba fan as you are, I mean...
That's an interesting
pull. Hard pressed to pick one that isn't a Fantastic Four movie.
I was going to say. What does she do? She did...
Honey?
Honey? Golly.
No idea.
She did one called Eyes or The Eye. Jessica Alba.
Was that a surgery one?
It's okay. She was in the one with Hayden Christensen, where he had heart surgery.
Push?
Hayden Christensen, that was Chris Evans.
Oh.
What was that movie called?
I don't remember.
Hold on.
What that one's called.
Because that one's good.
That one was okay.
For Hayden Christensen, that's a good movie, and it had Terrence Howard in it as well. Because she's like scamming him the whole time. That's a good movie. Awake.
Yeah.
It's called Awake because he's awake while he's having heart surgery. Did you watch that one?
No.
You should watch that movie. That is so good. But then she did one called The Eye, I think. And so she like goes blind because her eyes are...
Did she get an eye transplant?
She got an eye transplant and there was somebody else's eyes and she starts seeing things because of the eyes.
I think I did see that one.
That was a trippy movie. I remember it being good. That was a long time ago. I think she did a Spy Kids movie.
Yeah. Was she in the 3D one?
I think so. The one with Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we doing?
All
We're listening here.
George
We went down a rabbit hole on it.
That we did. Off of Mickey Blue Eyes.
Yeah.
So, that's all for today, guys. Yeah. We're just trying to get back in the swing of things after missing a couple weeks. On me. My bad. Couple things to look forward to. Set's going to start changing again. We're going to start updating some of that here in the near future. We're going to bring back some of our old classic bits that everybody loves, that we know everybody loves. Maybe Colin can find us another emoji thing at some point. I don't know, in the future. Or another quiz. Show how little we actually know, yet we make a YouTube video about movies.
Anyways, if you like what you see, please hit like and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your wives, tell your kids about our podcast here.
Do you know you went where I went with that? Yes.
Anyways,
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, you can head over to Instagram. Check me out at Jahaziel Good. Jesse's over running the Popcorn and Coffee Instagram page, and Colin at ColinBG on Instagram. And you can also check us out on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify.
Nice. We also have a giveaway coming up.
We do.
Very soon. We'll unveil that next week.
Okay.
The giveaway item and the details about how to get it, because I don't know
anything about it.
Yes. So, look forward to that. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
See ya.